Hi, this is Jorge Rubino from DevilsDigest.com. I'm over here with staff writer Jordan Kay at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, where Arizona State earlier tonight beat UCLA 83-72 in the Pac-12 tournament quarterfinals. And they will play the winner of the game, happening right behind us, Oregon and Utah tomorrow night, Friday at 8:30 in the evening. And Jordan, granted, this is a game that Arizona State really was supposed to win. You also figure out that UCLA playing the night before, maybe the fatigue factor would kick in. And this game was kind of weird because usually teams that play the night before might have the adrenaline going in the first half and second half wiltering just because of playing one extra game. But with Arizona State, it was the exact opposite. Arizona State had an outstanding first half, but UCLA really came alive in the second half.
Yeah, the Sun Devils kind of just bursted out of the gates, and then all of a sudden, with about 4 minutes to go in the first half, they went on a 14-0 run, capped off by 4 3-pointers, including that Kamani Lawrence buzzer beater. But yeah, we've seen this kind of all season where teams will really just kind of get on ASU early, and then they'll have to claw their way back. And tonight it was the exact opposite, and I think that worked in ASU's favor.
Yeah, Romello White led the Sun Devils with 19 points. Zylan Cheatham had a double-double. And you really look at this Arizona State team, and you feel that they're probably peaking exactly at the right time. Winners of 6 of the last 7 games. Obviously, a big statement win in Tucson this last Saturday. And a lot of people are asking, dare could we see a first Pac-12 tournament championship for these Sun Devils the way they're playing? I know it's only first game. We still don't know who's going to be the opponent they face. There's still a very tight game going on behind us. But how do you feel about Arizona State? I mean, do you feel this is a very different team right now than it was just a couple of months ago?
100%. They have been so much more active on the defensive end, and what that's doing is let them play their game. Their game is running out in transition, going 3-on-2, 4-on-3, stuff like that. That's where they have the momentum because they have so many athletes. When you get them in a half-court setting, they're not able to kind of show off what they do the best, and that's run and make guys miss and get out to the open spots. They can't do that in the half-court. They have really been doing a great job of getting out in transition, looking like a completely different team. And when you pair that with good play from forwards like Cheatham tonight and White tonight, it just turns out to be an incredibly good team. And I think you even asked Hurley, like, you look at these two teams, they haven't looked that great. You look at Washington, they almost lost to USC. It's like this is almost setting up for ASU to win this whole thing. And I mean, we can't really say that that's going to happen because nothing that we think ASU is going to do happens. But I mean, right now on paper, it looks like they're set up pretty nicely.
Now, I know coming into this game, there might have been differing opinions where Arizona State needed to win tonight to firmly be in the NCAA tournament, or did a win tonight really affirm that they're off the bubble for good, if you will, and now it's just a matter of seeding? Do you feel that right now Arizona State may be playing with house money, if you will? I know it's a bad pun being in Las Vegas, I just realized that. But the fact that you don't have to worry about whether you're going to hear a name called or not called on Selection Sunday, but now you're playing for seeding. Do you think that gives Arizona State maybe more have a peace of mind really to improve that much more?
Yeah, and I know our resident bracketologist, Jeff Griffith, would have said they were already in before this game. But, yeah, it really does because last year they went into that Colorado game thinking, okay, man, we have to win this to be in, and they choke. And this year it's like, we got nothing to lose. We can go do whatever we want. We can go play Romello White. Hey, we want to throw DeQuan Lake in there. It's just there's no pressure, and that's when we've seen ASU play bad this year, which could be a negative thing. But it's also we've seen ASU play their best when they're playing free. When they're playing Kansas, they're not really worried. Like, it's not that big of a deal to them because they just they understand the moment. That's what I think you can expect from ASU. When you mean playing with house money.
And lastly, Jordan, the game behind us are really a tight one. Utah led by 8 at halftime. Now Oregon, with just about 8 minutes left, is leading by 6. I know that when you get to the Pac-12 semifinals, there's no quote-unquote easy opponent, convenient opponent. But between those two teams that are playing right now for the right to play Arizona State in the semifinals, Oregon and Utah, do you think there's maybe one team that you might prefer just a little more over the other?
100% Utah. If I'm at ASU, I want to play Utah 10 times out of 10. Oregon has had ASU's number for the last, 10 years, seems like? They just beat them in Eugene by, 20?
26.
Yeah. ASU beat Utah on the road, and then when they was in Tempe, they had a big lead and then blew it. I don't think that's something that's going to happen. The matchups just kind of work out better because there's kind of they're not as athletic, they're not as long. Oregon has some of those athletes, when you look at it, that could just kill ASU. And that's the matchup I don't want to run into. Also, Oregon, they're playing hot right now. That is not a team you want to run into in March, and they seem to have ASU's number. I'm rooting for Utah right now if I'm ASU.
Well, it's going to be a rare Friday night for me and Jordan here in Las Vegas in the Pac-12 tournament. But like I said, Arizona State is really playing great basketball. We know they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. I know I'm not going to see Jordan again in Dayton on Tuesday, so that's another thing. But we'll see if Arizona State really can take this momentum even further than they have so far. Right now, like I said, Sun Devils, in my opinion, are peaking in the right time, and we'll see how far they can take this momentum. For Jordan K, this is Hod Rubino reporting for the Pac-12 tournament here in Las Vegas. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.